Karen called me at 2 a.m. demanding the keys to my property so her niece could swim in my pool. I'm not even part of the HOA. But what she didn't know was, I recorded everything, and that late-night stunt would come back to bite her. When I bought my house 2 years ago, the biggest selling point was the backyard pool. Now, let me tell you about Karen. She's the self-appointed queen of our HOA, even though my property is technically just outside its jurisdiction. The first few months after moving in were quiet. Then, one afternoon, Karen stopped.
You know,
She said, uninvited.
OA members usually schedule their pool maintenance so it doesn't distract the neighborhood.
I raised an eyebrow. I'm not part of the HOA. That was the first time she heard it, but it wouldn't be the last. Fast forward to a couple months ago. It was a hot summer, and I hosted a few friends for a poolside barbecue. Still, the next day Karen knocked on my door with a clipboard.
I've had several noise complaints about your party last night.
She said.
Also, your guests parked along the curb, which violates HOA regulations.
I looked at her, confused. Again, I'm not part of the HOA. Your rules don't apply to me. She pursed her lips and walked off, clearly fuming. The real insanity happened just 2 weeks ago. At 2:07 a.m. my phone rang. It was Karen. Hello, I mumbled.
Good.
She snapped.
You're awake. Listen, my niece and her friends are in town, and I told them they could use your pool this morning. They're on their way now, so could you leave the side gate open and put out some towels?
I was so stunned I thought I was dreaming. You what? I said, fully sitting up.
They'll be there around 2:30.
She continued, ignoring me.
They just need a couple hours before they head to the airport. It's the least you can do for the community.
I'm sorry, I said, finally finding my voice. But no, absolutely not. You can't just send people to my home at 2 in the morning.
You're being incredibly selfish.
She snapped.
You have a pool you barely use. The HOA has voted multiple times that it should be accessible to others.
I laughed out loud. That's great. But again, I'm not in the HOA. Good night. Seconds later, I got a barrage of texts from an unknown number with things like, "We're here," and "Can we go in?" "You're not coming in," I said, trying to stay calm. "Karen doesn't have authority here. Go home." They looked embarrassed and left, but I wasn't done. The next morning, I filed a police report for trespassing and harassment. I also contacted a lawyer just in case Karen tried anything else. And she did. The next week, she plastered flyers around the neighborhood saying I was hoarding community resources and endangering local teens by denying access to a safe swimming environment. That's when I installed cameras and posted "private property, no trespassing" signs around my fence. Eventually, Karen received a formal cease and desist letter from my lawyer. The letter outlined the trespassing incident, harassment, and defamation. It warned that if she attempted to enter or send anyone else onto my property again, I'd pursue legal action. Since then, silence. My pool is peaceful again, and Karen's been keeping a wide berth. I still shake my head when I remember that 2 a.m. call, though. Because seriously, who demands keys to someone else's house in the middle of the night just to go swimming? Only Karen. And if this is the kind of madness that happens at 2 a.m., I can't wait to see what she tries next.